What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Nikolé, and welcome back to yet another episode 2 of Spin and Spill. I'm your host, Nikolé, and today I have some of my fellow DJ friends who I love very, very much, Lady T and Meka Lolita.
Hey.
Hi.
So yeah, go ahead and introduce yourselves. What's your name? What's your style? Where are you from? Everything in between.
I go by Lady T. I'm from Canada. I consider myself your polyamorous music selector. From nightclubs to festivals to corporate, USC basketball games, restaurants, bars, do it all. Period.
Yeah, I'm Meka Lolita. I'm from Louisiana, now in LA. And yeah, pretty open format. But I mean, I feel like my whole style is just like, I just want to get the girlies dancing. I just want to get the girlies twerking. Like, that's just like my heart. Like, and just, you gonna sweat and I can't help it. Like, so that's just kind of the space I'm in. But yeah, of course, like, clubs, venues, and all that stuff, and festivals, and even celebrity DJing now. So that's pretty. Yeah. So yeah,
Love it. No, I just want to let y'all know, if y'all didn't already know, these two right here, no matter what scene or what scenery they're in, you're gonna have a great time. Like, I look at these two and I'm just like, girl, yes.
That's how I look at you.
yeah, same.
Thank you. Okay, just want to say I appreciate y'all for being here. You know, this is the second episode and everything. So I'm just really excited to talk about two really, really, really important things I feel like we should just discuss as lady DJs. Because sometimes, you know, people look at us and they're just like, oh, they're just dressing cute and playing music. But no, there's so much more.
So
that
much
goes
more
into that. So I brought my little notes. So yeah, today I really wanted to talk about what it's like to DJ sober, because I know we all have experience with that, and then just dating in the DJ industry as well, and what that experience has been. So first, I just want to tap into like the DJing sober. I know you're currently doing that right now.
Yeah.
Okay, how long has it been for you?
I just hit over 100 days. No drinking. So I stopped drinking January 1st, and then I also just hit, I think I'm almost at 60 days of no smoking.
Oh, wow.
So I haven't been smoking or drinking. I just been facing life head on.
No,
Let's go.
I was to say, no, that's amazing. Like, because that's not an easy thing to do. You know what
It's
I mean?
not, but for me, it like my biggest thing is like mentally, it was keeping me in a place where I was being like very stagnant, and both of them, like, smoking makes me anxious, and then drinking makes me depressed. And I also would deal with like anxiety. So even, and being a person like more of a light drinker, like only drinking wine and champagne, but it would still just like affect me. And then even with weed, like just like I would go in dispensaries, be like, what a mid? Like I need the mid. I can't do the za. It's too much for me. But even smoking the mid was too much for me too. So for me personally, it was just like, this is not working with my body chemistry. And it's kind of holding me back, which is unfortunate. I would like to have a drink or like, you know, hit the weed one time or two, but it just does too much to my chemistry that it's like, okay, I don't function as well.
Right.
So yeah.
No, I mean, honestly, I mean, as we all know, like, substances, it's not a one size fits all kind of thing. So I think that's very responsible for you to like notice, hey, this isn't working for me. I need to take a few steps back, because a lot of people don't, especially like being in nightlife. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people kind of just go overboard and they continuously do that. And next thing you know, it's like, oh, here comes so-and-so. Now you got a reputation that you don't want. So for you, like, what was your experience like, you know, doing it sober? How long did you do it?
I would say I did it on and off for like 6 months when I was in my last relationship, but I didn't do it because it was my choice. I did it to quote unquote respect his boundaries. And I've personally never had issues smoking and drinking. I feel like it helps me push through the night, especially if I have 4 to 5 hour sets. I find with clubs, it's easier for me to DJ sober because, like, I got to be laser focused. Okay, I'm only going to play a song for like 90 seconds. I got to think about the next 3 or 4 songs leading up. I got to work the mic. I got to scratch. like I just have to be so zoned in. So I do prefer being sober and like during a club set.
Yeah.
But if I'm at a restaurant or bar for like 4 fucking hours, I'm like, oh my God, why is time going by so slow?
No, it's funny you say that because like I didn't even realize like that was like a thing because like when I'm in the club, it is easier to be sober. When you're, especially if you have like a certain set where you want to be like
Locked
laser,
in.
right? Like super laser focused.
It's so
in.
much going on.
So much going on, and then you have other drunk people around you half the time.
Ooh.
So it's like you need to pay attention to what they're doing around you. Make sure they don't spill things on the equipment. Like there's so much that goes on. So if you're like blacked out up there, a lot wrong can happen.
Oh, for sure.
Because I definitely like have had certain instances where I was a little too messed up behind the booth, and I'm afterwards I was like, damn, I could have did so and so a lot better. I could have transitioned a lot better. I could have like why wasn't I focused on this, just I would walk away with regret the next morning, and I hated that. So like for me, in February of this year I did no drinking for an entire month, like whether it was at gigs or just in general, no drinking. And it gave me a lot of clarity. Like,
Yes.
you know what I mean, like go ahead.
No, I definitely understand that because that's what I feel like when it comes to DJing, like something that I notice, like, and I'm like, I feel like my ear is better. I'm more present. And then not to mention, like, I can actually, okay, so DJing while drinking, every set to me was trash. Like, even if people were telling me that your set was so good and you killed it, but to me, it wasn't that great. But when I was DJing sober, I'm more clear and can have more of an honest like feedback of my own set. And I'm like, damn, I ate that up. Actually, my first DJ set was for shout out to my ladies with me and Pia and Nikolé. She was on the lineup too. And that was my first sober set. Well, that wasn't my first, but that was my first with me just being like, okay, we're not drinking, like, and that just is what it is.
Really,
I felt like so present. I had the most fun. That was one of my favorite sets, like ever. So it was just like, damn, like I want to keep doing this. Like this is great. And then even if I have a set where I'm like, I really didn't like that set, it's more of a honest feedback instead of like me just being incredibly hard on myself. 100%. But yeah, so I feel the same way.
Yeah, you were vibrant that night. Like you were in your.
I felt alive. I felt so alive. I was crazy, like, yes, right? more of this, please.
No, it's crazy because like I feel like after a while, like because when you're going out just as a normal consumer of the nightlife, you're just like, oh yeah, let's get some drinks, let's turn up or whatever. You become a DJ, and now you not only are you in nightlife, but you also have that nervous factor behind you, like the pre-gig jitters, as I like to call them. So what helps you get rid of those? Oh, let's take a shot so I can calm down. And the next thing you know, like you're getting booked more. So every time you get booked, you're taking a shot before a gig, and then once those few 2 shots are done, you're like, oh, let's do more. Next thing you know, you're messing up faders and all things. So it's just like, at what point do you take a step back and be like, oof, I need to make a change? You know what I'm saying? Because it's so easy to end up with substance abuse.
No, because I always say every gig is an open bar. Like when everybody is like, even if you only get like 2 drink tickets, people are still coming up to you, want to offer you drinks. The bartender might like a song you just played, want to give you something for free. Like people just are always offering. And then say you have multiple gigs a week, whereas you might have used to drink before DJing, you might used to only drink on the weekend or like here and there, but then you start DJing like multiple sets a week. Now you're drinking multiple times a week, and you also just start gaining weight.
I was gonna say, when I went sober for February, the amount of weight I lost, I was like, so this is all I have to do.
It all turns into sugar.
Yeah, the sugar and just the calories, because I bloat real bad in this area.
Me too.
And like when you're DJing and those photos come back, those raw photos, okay, with no filter and everything in between, you're just like, is that what I look like for real? I swear to God, that's not what I look like. And now your self-esteem is taking a hit. And now you have a hangover. And as you get older, the hangovers don't even hit the same. They last about almost a business day. So, there's a lot of positives that can go into DJing sober. So if you're watching this, and if you ever had the thought or the inkling or the need, want, or whatever to DJ sober, here is your hint here. What's that word I'm looking for? Your sign. This is your sign. So since we are talking about DJ sober, what is your go-to virgin cocktail, if you have one?
Tequila soda.
Virgin cocktail?
Oh, virgin. Sorry, I missed the virgin. Selective hearing, my bad.
She said cocktail, nothing but
Virgin cocktail. I'm just like a sugar-free Red Bull girly.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a club soda or sparkling water because I just like that fizz and I like that hit, that pinch. Like I really enjoy that.
Yeah.
When it comes to alcohol, so the sparkling and the club soda with a lime, always. That's probably my favorite one. But yeah, sometimes if it's a certain bar and they have like specialty like mocktails, then I'll just ask them to freestyle something for me.
You know what's crazy? When I was sober for that time, I didn't realize how many places had a virgin cocktail menu. Like a lot of places, a lot of restaurants too have virgin cocktails. It was like I stopped drinking and all of a sudden a new part of every menu was like open. I was like, wait, this exists?
Yeah.
You know, because I love me a good ginger beer. Love ginger beer. So good.
So bomb.
Allison James actually put me onto that. She was like, oh, ginger beer. I was like, okay. A whole new world was opened. Okay. But I just want to jump back to something you said. You said, you know, it wasn't your choice necessarily, which, you know, creates like conflict internally. It's like, damn, like I didn't get to choose this. Someone else chose it for me. Yeah. But were there any like positives that you feel came from it, from DJing sober, or was it regret?
No, I associated like a lot of guilt. So after he broke up with me, like I always felt guilty having a drink, even if it was just one. I felt guilty having fun with my friends. I felt guilty just living my life.
I'm happy y'all ain't together no more.
Yeah. And like it took, and like, sure, we've all had moments where we overdrank, but it was never like, I've never had substance abuse issues, and he fed into my brain that I did.
Gotcha.
And like told me I was a crazy one, I was delusional, I need to go to therapy. And what did I do? I listened and I went to therapy. And at the end of it, I was not the one that needed therapy.
Honestly, I feel like therapy isn't bad, but sometimes people will gaslight you into thinking that you're the crazy one, you're the messed up one, where it's like, bro, do you see yourself? Do you look in the mirror? Which, you know, right.
It was just deflect. You're the issue. There's nothing wrong with me.
It's projection.
It was
because they don't want to deal with their own shit.
Yeah.
So it's like you're the problem. It's like, no, you're projecting how you feel about yourself onto me.
Like, and he struggled with addiction. He was a heroin addict. Yeah. And I'm like,
I'm sorry, you can't be no heroin addict trying to tell me about what the hell I'm drinking. Like you need to go to them AA means or whatever.
Oh, he did. He did twice a week.
Oh.
And you know, addiction is definitely a uphill battle. Like it's not going to be like one straight line, just like, you know, trying to figure out anything in life. But
yeah,
I feel like, you know, putting blame and deflecting and basically everything he was doing to you was just like the wrong way to go about it. Like,
and like you saw how much I changed. Like I was not dancing. I was not happy when I DJ'd. I hated DJing.
Yeah.
I was this close to quitting.
Are you serious?
Ooh.
Yeah. He wanted me to cut back DJing because he couldn't trust me to not have like a glass of wine or some shit when I DJ'd. And like it made him insecure having dudes come up to me, hit on me all the time. And I'm like, this just comes with the job. Like, you can't be wearing shirts that show your cleavage, that show your legs. Like,
controlling.
It was just craziness. Ew, and it made me miserable.
Gross.
It made me hate DJing.
Oh my
and
God.
Like, I started writing a book on fucking depression. And I was like, I'm going to do a career change and like be an entrepreneur. And it's like, I was this close to quitting. And then he finally had it in his heart. Like, I can't ask you to quit. And I feel like that's the only thing that would make me happy. But I can't do that to you because I know how much you love it. I can't handle what comes with you DJing. And he ended my relationship because I followed back another DJ on Instagram that I DJ'd with the night before. And he was with me at the gig. We're co-headlining. Mans is just fist pumping next to me, not even touching me. I'm trying to fucking DJ and do my thing.
Yeah.
And like, he was trying to get my attention, but like, I was busy. I had fucking loud music, 2 blaring speakers on either side. And he's like, wow, you're not even going to attend to me? I'm like, I'm fucking working right now, bro.
Like, ugh.
I want to knock this guy in the face off the stage. Like, hold on.
See, okay, as we're talking about this, I'm just going to segue right into the relationships and dating side of DJing. I think this is a perfect opportunity to do that. So within that relationship, if you don't mind sharing, like, what were some of like your biggest challenges with that? I mean, besides him telling you can't drink and then like just being weird about people around you, but like, were there any other things that were just like
finding a balance of like, how do I make my partner feel loved and respected? Because something I've learned, like, a man's version of love is feeling respected. Don't even bother loving me if you can't make me feel respected.
Right.
But I'm like, it was at the expense of myself, and it was at the cost of me not standing up for the things that I wanted in my life and things I wanted to enjoy. And it meant I had to change everything about me in order to meet someone else's needs, rather than two people accepting one another.
Yeah.
And like allowing one another to learn these life lessons. Like, you need to do this, you need to do that. Like, why can't you just accept me as I am? And if these things are really an issue, like, let's talk about it. And you have to let me choose that for myself.
Right.
Not try to force me and change me. And like,
I don't understand that about some people. Like, they'll get in a relationship with this like person who's like this big shining light. Because both of you are very vibrant pieces of art, I would say.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And it's like, it's so unfortunate when someone tries to come in and like just kind of chip away at it and like really just dim your light and rain on your parade. Because it's happened so many times to so many people that I know, and it's just like, at what point, it's like something goes off in your head. It's like, you know what? No, enough is enough.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad you're like not in that situation anymore, because I definitely noticed the difference. I definitely noticed the change. But what I have learned is that, you know, I'm not you, so I can't make you do anything. You know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't
force them to drink it.
You can't. You know what I'm saying?
You just got to meet people where they're at and like unconditionally love them.
100%. So how about you? Like, what has your experience been like just dating in the DJ world?
I mean, well, I'm in a relationship now, and it's actually like my first healthy relationship, which is blowing my mind, because like, I know a lot of people like, oh, they want healthy relationship and all that stuff, but like when you get it, it can sometimes be like a bit of a mind fuck, especially if you've grown accustomed to like dealing with like the guys that with your, like your ex-partner. Like, I know for me, I've definitely dealt with narcissistic men, unfortunately, and what I had to learn was it wasn't me, they were just insecure. Like, and yeah, you were attracted to this light, now you want me to dim it because you're here. Like, I don't give a fuck. And for me, because of that though, I ended up starting being a bitch. Like, oh my God, I was such a dick, just like hard on a hoe, but in a way of like, okay, well, nigga, if you're not gonna respect me, then you can get the fuck. Like, I'll just block your number, never talk to you again, never speak to you again, and I'm gonna move on with my life. So I was single for 7 years before the relationship that I'm currently in, and I actually like enjoyed being single because I could do what I wanted to do, and I didn't want to have someone in my ear being like, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't wear this, I don't want you hanging around that person, because I'm a very strong-minded, like independent person. Like, I have a bunch of siblings, but I was raised as an only child, and so I don't have my parents. Like, I don't have like my mom. She's never been in the picture. I was raised by my grandmother, and my father died. So for me, when I turned 17, it was like, I felt like no one could tell me shit because I don't got no mama, no daddy. Like, I make all my decisions. Yeah, so like, you can't tell me nothing. And I also wasn't looking for that. Like, I didn't want to be told what to do. I wanted to make my own decisions and be free to like learn about who I am and what I want. And so I did that for a long time. And so for me, when it came to like being in the scene, like DJ scene, there was getting to a point where I wanted, like, my little dream was to have like a DJ boyfriend. I think that's what all the girlies go through. Like, it's like, oh, we can like play music together and la like, and all that stuff. But it's like, there's still that like this nightlife aspect of it, and sometimes in nightlife there's just a lot of people running from their problems. So like, and then you attach to them and it can go south. But for me, like, my partner that I'm with now, like, we actually met at a gig on Juneteenth. He was playing the keys and I was DJing. So we were playing together. That was the first time we ever met. And he was just like, the way you were mixing on key, and I didn't know if you noticed that or not. And he was like, I was just kind of blown away by like you really are an amazing DJ. And I was like, thank you. And it kind of was like, we just started to get to know each other. And he's like a very supportive person. I knew that like, for me to be in a successful relationship, it would have to be with a man who is secure of himself and who is confident in himself, because I don't need I don't need your insecurities trying to control me, because that's not going to work. Like, at all. And I don't mind walking away, because I don't mind like, okay, we can break up, I could just be single, we don't have to do this. And so yeah, he's just like extremely supportive and like wants me to learn, wants me to grow. Like, yeah, whatever you need, if you need me to like drive, if it's a long drive, I'll take you. Like, he was just like, I'm only here to support you and help you. Like, I'm not trying to bring you down in any kind of way. And yeah, it's been a mind fuck, because it's like, I've just been like, the toxicity is gone. It's bound to come out, right? But it's like, if I'm looking for it, then yeah, I'm gonna create a problem. So I've been actually having to like calm down in a sense, and not have to like, I don't have to be like hard up, like, because I'm from the hood, so like, it's certain things like, and I was raised by a shooter. I was raised by a woman who would like shoot at her men if they was cutting up or tried to put their hands. And I was raised by another woman, like my aunt, who could literally like fight men. And I was raised how to fight and defend myself against men. And even with my uncle and my like my goddad and stuff, I was taught by them that like men are a threat. Like these niggas ain't shit. Like the men in my life was teaching me this. So even as a little girl, I was always like tough when it came to boys and men. But with him, I can be soft, and that's actually so refreshing. Yeah, like, I'm very, very grateful. Yes. Like, very grateful. But it can happen. Like, you know, it can happen. Because I think just being in LA and being in entertainment, like, I think people, it can get in that mindset of like, oh, dating is just bad. Dating, oh, it's horrible and everything. But one thing a woman told me when I was in Palm Springs before, she was like, the difference between me and all of my friends who were single is that I truly believed that there was a man out there who would love me and would be a good husband and a good father. Like, she was like, I just believed it no matter what. And if I was dealing with a guy and he wasn't showing me those qualities, he would get X'd out. And I was like, okay, so I'm on the right path. Yeah. Like, I'm on the right path. And yeah, so that's what's been my experience thus far.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like having boundaries, especially like in this industry, is very important because you're around a bunch of different people all the time. You're wearing your cute little fits. So if you're with somebody who's like insecure and can't handle the life, it's not going to work out. Like, I'll never forget, even when I was like, you know, learning how to DJ, I was dating someone else at the time, and he saw how into it I was getting, and he didn't like that. He wanted me to go into computer programming, which is something I've never been into. But he looked at me like, you need a way out. You need an out.
What?
Listen.
Sir.
And I'm glad he's not around, because there's literally no way I would have been able to thrive and be the DJ I am today with him around. Not even a little bit.
Yeah.
Because he did not see the vision. Our visions just didn't align. Yeah. And that's okay. But one thing you don't do, especially like if you're watching this and you're dating a creative, please don't throw salt on their creativity. That is like one of the top 3 worst things you can do.
Soul murder.
Literally. It's like they say, oh, what are you doing? I don't believe in this. Like, if they don't believe in your vision, it's just like, you don't believe in me. Yeah. Like, that's how you see that. So yeah, that ended terribly, but it led me to who I'm with today. And, you know, even though he
holding the camera and
stuff.
Like, honestly, the best.
Right.
Yeah, but it's like what you said, like, he's someone who's secure in himself. And like, no one I've dated prior to him was, looking back. You know what I'm saying? Because the relationship I was in before him, I met that guy when I was 23. Now think of who you were at the age of 23.
Oh my God.
Oh God. Tragic.
And you couldn't pay me to go back.
Ever in life. Like, your 20s are so
ghetto.
It's not even
very ghetto.
It's the epitome of ghetto. It's like, you think you know everything, but you don't really know shit. You end up in all this stupid ass debt that ends up biting you in the ass in your 30s if you don't play cards right. Okay, I feel like I'm just getting back to like
the way I'm paying for it.
Okay, so if you're in your 20s watching this, do right by yourself financially. Okay, yeah, and especially like, you know, Oh, that's another thing I wanted to say. Like, since we make DJ money now, we have to be careful with our taxes and things like that, because that can come and bite us in the ass too if we don't put money away for that.
Yeah.
That can come back and be like, oh, actually, you owe this. And you're just like,
Love that for me.
what do you mean?
Thank
Like,
you, Uncle Sam, or whatever the fuck. Like, first of
Yeah.
all, we're not even related. Like, we not even blood, so you're not my uncle.
Sam. Yeah, no, but it's just interesting, like, the journey you go through when you are healing, because the relationship I'm in now was also a mindfuck for me because it's healthy. So there was a lot of unlearning that I had to do. So much unlearning, where I too had to, like, calm down, because it's like, why am I looking for things? Why am I thinking like you're just gonna dip out? Because now I have these new trust issues I never had. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
right? It's just
Yes.
like, damn, like, these people, the wrong people you date can create so much trauma, and they can just live and go be their sociopathic selves after it's all said and done.
And then I'd be like, you need to be in prison for how you treated me.
For the
like,
mental
and now you
warfare.
just right. Like, that was an attack on my spirit. And you just la 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 la. And it's like, but we're la 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 in line too. Like, we
Yeah.
moved on and we ended up winning in certain ways. So it's just, but it hurts. Like,
does.
I was just talking to my therapist about it last night. Like, not even just with romantic relationships, but with friendships too.
Yes.
Who shit? Like, you know, like, I'm still getting over a friendship breakup that happened last year, and I'm annoyed that it still kind of runs through my mind sometimes. Like, I wish I was just 100% free from it all, but like that, like I said, just all these new trust issues that I now have, and like wanting to have these close connections with people, but also being like, ooh, I think I'm too tender still to like build that relationship. But it's crazy because with DJing, it's all about relationships. Like, it's all about relationships. But I've been having such a hard time like getting close with people, because I'm just like, I just got betrayed or hurt, or I feel scarred, and it's like I just don't want to open myself up to it again. But also it's like with DJing, like, the community is really beautiful when you do find like the right people to like share space with and
100%.
Everything. So yeah,
it's crazy, because like friendship breakups definitely hurt a lot worse than
Oh my God, don't
Like-
even get me started.
oh no, I'm gonna
like,
get
we
you started.
weren't
We got
even
time today.
hunching. Like, what? Like, we weren't even hunching. Like, why am I so affected? Like,
No, for sure.
ugh.
Like, what has your experience been like with that here in LA? Because I know people come to LA and they're like, oh, everyone's so fake, everyone's this and this and that.
That's my
which-
the furthest thing from what I've experienced.
Me too.
Agreed.
Honestly, it was friends
Agreed.
from back home. It was friends that I knew before moving to LA that I felt like switched up the most.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
insane to think about, because like
Super insane.
LA gets such a bad rap for that. It's like, it's not hard to make friends. Now keeping them might be a little tricky, because like if you live in Santa Monica and someone, like if you live in IE, you probably never gonna see each other. Okay, so that's just how that is, especially with the way traffic's set up, gas
Right.
prices going up, all the things. But back to like the friendships and like cultivating them and navigating them. Like, what's your experience been so far?
Well, I'd say back in Canada, I was definitely a people pleaser. I was a doormat. I did things thinking I was doing it from a place of love, when I was actually doing it for love. I was doing it for validation, to feel accepted, to feel wanted. I felt like I had to do the most in order for people to stay in my life, whether it was relationships, friendships, family, it didn't matter. My one bestie, Christy, she's the reason I moved here. She opened my eyes and my world to like a whole nother level of healing. And like, because I've done the inner work, and I literally paid fucking $100,000s of dollars to face my demons and fight them head on. Like the ugly tears for months, like the number of apologies, and like taking accountability for how I showed up for myself, for others, and like repairing those things. But because I did those things, I feel like I have the greatest friendships I've ever had in my life. And I'm like, if my next man ain't coming in the way my friends currently love me, he ain't the one. Like,
No, 100%.
Oh, that's the power of good friendships, though, because like when you do get those good friendships that do teach you about like love and healing and all those things, they will make you look at like the men you date differently. Like, if you're not gonna add to it, like, then I cannot. Like, we can just end this date right now.
My homeboys and my homegirls love me better than you ever could.
Right. Like
make
you
it
gotta
make
go.
sense.
Yeah.
No, and
you
I feel like
go.
just fostering like healthy friendships like out here is so important because like being a DJ, like sometimes it can feel so fucking lonely. Like, and I know I have y'all, but I know we're all busy. So we don't always get to see each other as much as we would like. And sometimes when we do see each other, it's like during the weekday and everyone's not always free during the weekday. But like, it's just like you really have to pour into it out here. So I don't think people are fake. I think people just, we're all trying to make it. We're all trying to like figure it out. And it's like, if you connect, you connect. If you vibe, you vibe. Just go in it with like good intent and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think people realize what you put in is what you're going to get right back.
Right. Yeah.
It's the trickiest thing. Like, I don't walk around here like, oh, everyone just wants something from me. Because if I keep thinking that, then I'm probably going to attract those kind of people. Kind of like saying like every day, oh, men ain't shit, men ain't shit, men ain't shit.
You're
If
gonna
I
attract ain't shit
say
men.
that, because there was a point in my life where I was saying that. I think I was like 22 or something at the time.
Hated them.
Went through a shitty breakup. Oh my God. Many shitty breakups, but whatever. And I got to a point where I was like, yeah, men ain't shit. And I got to a point where I was saying that every fucking day. And it took my mom one day to be like, well, you know what, Jade, if you really feel like that, what do you think is going to come into your life, come into your space?
Right.
Like, you are what you attract. The manifestations are real. Even if you don't believe in that, that's on you. I'm just letting you know, be careful of the words you speak. Because if you really feel like people ain't shit, the world ain't shit, this and that, you're going to just fill your brain with poison. And you're going to create a very, very depressing state for yourself.
Yeah.
Can I share some tips on how I got out of that?
Yes.
I literally did magic. Like, okay, so like I started unfollowing and like disengaging with people online because like there's this huge gender war online. So I had to like, if you were a person, even you someone I fuck with, but you like a lot of your posts and tweets were about like relationship stuff. Like there's literally children dying. Like there's more important things to talk about. Unfollow, block, all that. I started looking for like, especially on TikTok, because I feel like TikTok is such a mirror. Like literally whatever you engage with, like TikTok is going to show you more of that. So I started looking especially for like Black happy couples. I didn't need to know what was really going on in their house. I did not care. I just needed the image. That's what I was like, I just need the image. I just need to see Black women being treated well by, I mean, all men, of course, but especially Black men, because I've only ever dated Black men. And then whenever I would have a good interaction in person with a Black man, I would literally say like, thank you, God, more of that, please. Like, and it could be something so simple like I'm walking down the sidewalk and I pass a Black man. Like I said, I'm from the hood, the cat calling and the, well, fuck you, bitch, if you don't want to speak. Like, that is very real. Yeah. I've been getting hit on since I was like 8 or some shit when I started growing titties. And so like 8. To walk, really young. So when I started like, even just walking down the street and if I have to pass the Black man, that would always like make me tense up.
It's like going to the gas station.
Yes. And then, but when I would, like, say, for instance, I walk past the Black man and he would just be like, what's up? And I'd be like, hey. And then that be it. Like, yes, we should be able to walk past each other and just say hi and just keep it moving. Yeah. And I would just be like, thank you, God. That was a good experience. More of that. And I started to kind of like, then I started learning about there's men who are like, deconstructing patriarchy and like really like learning how to heal and grow and all that stuff. And I just started paying attention to more of the men who were like doing things and working in those kind of spaces. And that really helped my mind to even be able to believe even more that like there are good, healthy men out in this world.
100%.
And the yucky ones, I do think it's more of them. I do. Honestly, but there are a lot of like men out there who are like really trying to do the work and like learn and yada 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 yada. But I had to literally like do all type of mind tricks and stuff to like, and it worked. I mean, shit, it ended up working for me. Yeah,
I was gonna say like we do have to pay attention to what we consume because like of course like when we post content and everything like that, we can get so caught up in like, okay, is what we're posting, is it gonna do anything? Is it gonna do numbers? And then we see like negative stuff, and then we end up like comparing ourselves to like other things that we see. It's just okay. Just to rewind a little bit, looking at the relationship things like on social media, like I'm on Twitter a lot. Well, it's called X now, but I'm on that a lot. So I had to start like unfollowing certain pages that were just like really fucking negative. Oh my God. Like I can't tell you on a daily basis how many things I say, oh, women ain't this, men ain't this, especially when you like tapping into like, oh, well, black women, well, black men. It's just like, why?
Go touch grass.
Are we at war every fucking
Go outside.
day?
Go
like,
heal that mama wound.
I'm telling
Go
you.
heal that daddy trauma and get the fuck offline.
Unfollow Justin LA boy.
Oh,
Unfollow Justin LA boy.
block, please. His name came up yesterday. I was like, damn, he still exists.
Yes.
'Cause the way I blocked the shade room.
Oh, the shade room is a no for me.
Oh, what is
it's a
this
no.
spiritual world? They don't even be talking about spiritual shit. Like, block, unfollow. I can't do any of that negativity. I cannot. Like, I can't.
The shade room. I think I got rid of that one first.
Yeah.
Some years back.
Yeah, some years.
Some
It's
years
been years
back.
of even. I don't even want to say his name, child, because he be clapping back at people and stuff. But that other light skinned one that be posting about the Hollywood and stuff.
Unlocked.
Jason Lee, shit. I guess I got to say his name.
I don't even know that one.
Yeah, no,
It's a popular one. For
yeah,
sure.
kind of
know
dark.
that one.
Kind of dark.
It's
but
just like it wasn't always like this. Like you could just post, what was going on, but I think the comment section is really what makes things ugly sometimes. And it's like people have gotten accustomed and just being used to being evil online. You know what I mean? And so it's just like, damn, like, do I even want to like give my online presence to these people?
Because, and you should. Clearly it's needed, because for them it's like, it's just engagement. I want to post whatever is going to trigger people, because any good or bad, it's engagement. It's running up my views, which means it's running up dollars for me. And it just gets really dark and negative. But I was talking to a friend about this. Like, we are so necessary. Like, it's so necessary, especially in a world today that's like, it's so heavy. It's so necessary for us to shine our light. It's so necessary for us as DJs to keep doing this shit, because like the way we create and build community and like bring people together to have a good time, like, that's necessary. That's medicine for people. I know Quest Coast was telling me, he was like, the thing about DJing is like, you make people feel something. Do you know how many people are living in this world and they don't feel anything until you play that right song and it brings back that good memory and they feel something? And I'm just like, this is serious business. Like, this DJ shit is serious.
No,
like,
it is.
It's so serious, and I wasn't expecting it to be
I mean,
like this.
When you think about it, music is healing.
It is.
Like,
it's powerful.
Yeah, like music for me has been very healing, especially like EDM and like trance music and everything like that. Like when I was going through the lowest of the lows at certain points in my life, EDM music has like helped bring me up and brought me out of that. So like now that I'm in a position to do that for other people, it's like kind of like full circle in a way. It's nice. Like, so for you, like for both of you actually, like what type of music is healing?
Bounce. Twerking is healing. Shaking that ass is very healing. No, seriously, it's your root chakra, your sacral, your solar plexus. You're getting your heart rate up. It's healing. It's real healing. I love shake my ass. I get up every morning. First thing I do, in the mirror twerking. Let's get this day started. Like,
get it sexy, get it sexy.
Come on, sound.
Oh, that is on repeat right now. I'm not gonna lie.
It is.
That song goes.
She's a gem. Her music is very healing. She's a gem. Sorry, I don't care. Coochie pink and booty hole brown. And I was like, you know what, sexy? You're right. I never thought to really take a mirror and look down there, you know?
You know what, that might be right. You're right.
We need to take, like, girlies, get mirrors and look down there. It's important. See what's going on. And she kind of, I was like, what color is it?
No, I'll never forget. Like, there was this one thing that was going on social media with her. It was like that whole, it was like a sex video.
Yeah, I hated that.
Because people were so mean and dumb. They're like, it's not pink. I'm like, what?
Y'all, it's a song.
They were talking about like the part of her skin. I'm like, what do y'all think a choo-choo looks like?
And guess what? A lot of your favorite rappers don't be selling them drugs. They say they don't be killing people. Like, like
I know we kind of went off topic a little bit, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. People are very. Anyway, I'll get back to that.
Insecurities. It is on topic, because people are bored with their lives. Insecure.
People are bored with their lives, and they think putting people down will make them feel better.
Yeah,
like, it's so sad.
They literally hate themselves.
They literally hate themselves.
I was say it's definitely an internal hatred.
Yeah.
So how does that make y'all feel, like posting on social media? Like when y'all post, do y'all like throw the phone and like run away, or do y'all see what it's gonna do? Like what goes through your minds?
It depends how busy I am.
Okay.
Sometimes I just post and I'm like, oh fuck, I completely forgot. Sometimes it does great, sometimes it doesn't. I'm like, it doesn't even matter. I'm here for the process, and like my time's coming.
Yeah.
I just got to keep going and not like be in my feels about this shit.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because I've been seeing like on threads, like, you know, sometimes those threads pop up when you're like scrolling on Instagram. They're really trying to push threads. It's so annoying. But I see a lot of people like complaining about Instagram and social media. It's like, oh, I'm not getting engagement. It's just a lot of complaint. And I'm just like you said, you're enjoying the process. And I feel like that's one thing people do, especially when they get to a certain point, they forget to enjoy the process and like remember why they even started to begin with. You know what I mean? So for you, like, how is it like posting for you? I know you just posted a fire mashup video.
Thanks.
Which was
Thank you.
Amazing.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm still working on not getting defeated by it, because it's like you set up and you do all this stuff and you edit and you post and it'd be like 2 views. I'm like, God damn it, what do I need to do? And it's like, and it's just the beast of the algorithm. But then I do kind of try to go back to what you said about just like enjoying the process, and like your moment and your time will come. But social media, it's become such a like algorithmic thing, and especially if you're managing like several different social media accounts, and that's so like TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, those are all very different algorithms and how they push your content, and it's just too much. It's too much. But just posting, I think, just putting your content out there. But to also go back what you said about people complaining and stuff, like I've been through a lot of shit these past couple of years, and it made me forget that I'm a light. So for me, it's like I just want to post positive things now, like, or just things that's like vulnerable and about just like being encouraged and like, okay, yes, I just went through something, but also like there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Like, look at this blessing that I just received. Like something that people can like resonate with and feel and be encouraged. Like that's just kind of how I've been seeing social media now. Just want to like add some fun in life, because that's how people like Keith Lee become big. Like he is promoting such positivity and literally changing people's lives, and that's what's making everybody root for him. It's the integrity of it all. Like, so that's just kind of how I see it and want to move forward with posting. But it can get discouraging.
100%. I feel like TikTok is one of like the hardest algorithms to crack, in my opinion. Well, YouTube Shorts ain't so nice either, but that's just like a bigger thing. It's just so like oversaturated with creators now at this point. But TikTok, I feel like before it was easier to just like post certain things and your reach can really go where it needs to go. Now I feel like they just kind of cap you where they want to cap you, and it's like the weirdest thing. Like, I'll put my heart and soul into a post, it'll probably get like maybe 200 views, 30 something likes. I'll post something random as hell and that one does great. I'm like, this didn't even have to do with music.
It has anything to do with anything. It's so annoying. It makes you not want to post.
No, exactly. And then actually, speaking of posting, I want to jump back into relationships a little bit. How do y'all feel about posting or not posting your person on social media? Like, what is everyone's personal opinion on that?
I used to be a down ass bitch and was like, I'll post you, I'll flaunt you, but you took my love for granted, and like you made me look like my next relationship is gonna be my last one, and that is the only person I will be fucking posting on my feed. That's after we're married.
I feel that.
I'm sorry.
I feel that.
I kind of want to just post like, I just want to pop up one day like, like in my close friends, sure, because everybody in my close like my close friends, I'm very much like, I'm actually close with you. Like, I actually fuck with you. Like, I'll text you, I got your number.
Right.
I don't be putting just random people in my close friends. Like, that's weird. And when people do that to me, I'm like, I just met you the other day. We are not close friends, and no, you're not getting in mine. So, but like, as far as like on my story and stuff, I just want to be boom, I just got married, and it's like the only people that know are like the people that needed to know. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it, because I mean, I never really did too much like posting on social media who I'm with.
See, I did that at one point. Instant regret, because I was with that last person for like 5 years. So when we did break up, the amount of pictures, videos that I had to go through on my phone alone and delete at least a cool 10,000 worth.
Damn,
of
how many? What type of iPhone you had?
I always say stay with the highest storage. Okay, I have to. But
Yeah.
I'm you know, a memories, pictures, content girly. Always have
Yeah.
been. So that's just, you know, I just enjoy doing stuff like that. But
I'm sentimental.
right,
Aw.
exactly. And I like when the memories pop up.
I
but
be
then,
forgetting.
You know,
I be in the moment.
be in the moment.
I guess so. Like, I
Like,
be
I'm-
forgetting. Like, damn, I should have took a picture.
all right. No, yeah. So it was that, and then going on my Instagram and then having to go back and delete and delete and delete and delete, and I'm just like
I'm over that shit.
over it. So then by the time I really started getting into like my DJing, I'm like, you know what? This is a DJ page now.
Yeah.
This is just J Nikolé brand, and as y'all know, like if y'all want to see more of my life, it's in the close friends. Like no stranger to it, because I just feel like, and one weird thing I will say, so. Long story short, I was engaged once. I don't know if you knew that.
I think you mentioned it before.
Yeah. So that was.
know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you knew that. So yeah, that was my situation at one point. And when I posted that, why did I lose like 700 fucking followers that day?
Yeah.
700.
Big Daddy Bang was like, "Don't post your man. It could affect your jobs and your gigs. And don't be
Crazy.
kissing all on each other at gigs and stuff." And I'm just like, okay, okay, Bang.
Because
But
we're like
it's true
we're
though.
a fantasy.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
We have all these little fanboys,
Yeah.
and they fantasize. Even though if it never happens, at least they know it's there. As soon as they see us macking on with a dude in public, the fantasy's gone. They don't want to like.
That's what it has to be, right?
It's like
'Cause-
it's a marketing sex appeal thing, and
Yeah.
like as much as I don't like it, it is what it is.
yeah.
Like I know how solid of a person I am,
Right.
and the
that's what it
person
is.
that's meant to be my person will trust that.
100%.
Like
and that's,
I'm a
Yeah.
savage when it comes to fucking turning down men out
Oh,
here.
yeah.
I
You
don't give
have
a
to be.
fuck.
Are you serious?
Cause first of all, like a lot of the men, it's like it's not too much to want. If I'm being treated well, like I don't. I've seen what the streets looking like.
The streets is
I don't
ugly.
want
The streets is ugly.
none of
as
y'all.
fuck.
I don't want
ugly
any
and
of you at all. Y'all are mean and not nice. I'm so straight on that. Like,
Let me tell
and
you.
be jealous.
Okay, I actually have a question for both of y'all. So, what is one of the craziest things or just wildest situations you ended up in when you were back out in said streets at one time?
Oh, one guy while I was DJing was like, you know, one day we're gonna have a family, right? And I'm like, you have twins at home right now? You have a girl? Like, you do not get to talk to me like this. Like,
Excuse me?
And leave me alone before I tell her.
Okay.
I'm like, sir, you need to do better as a man. And we got to work together. And like, I want to still respect you. So I hope you learn from this and just learn to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
And
'Cause
like,
what the fuck?
let's stand on fucking business. Like, we're not doing this today, my guy.
Yeah.
We're not. Like,
Oh my God.
the fact that you even think you can talk to me like that and I would entertain it fucking flabbergast my
No,
brain.
that's
Do you
so
know what kind of bitch I am?
disrespectful.
Like, I
Clearly
am
not.
a sweet, bubbly angel, but you say something out of pocket, like, of course I'm going to call you out on your bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
As you
Like,
should.
Be in integrity as a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't want this life, like, you should have thought twice before.
You got on
Yeah.
one knee.
Yeah,
like, you shot the club up. Not go home. You have things to do. Bills to pay, kids to feed.
Yeah, like,
Priorities.
Get out of my face.
Priorities.
Literally.
Leave me alone. What do you mean like by crazy? Like since we've been DJing or just like
Yeah, okay, yeah. So since you've been DJing, what's one of the craziest like scenario or situations you ended up in being in said streets? Not saying you was like in the trenches of the streets, but like what's something that you like could think about and be like, damn, that was crazy. Streets ain't for me.
oh man,
I got another one.
this
Okay.
one guy like so like I did kind of pick up some fuckboy tendencies. Like I was little Miss Fucking Duck for a minute. Like
I love the
like my
honesty.
therapist was like, you treat men how they say men treat us, and I'm like, and what's the problem? Like I don't understand. Like if he not nice, he don't need me to treat him good. Like he just wanted to fuck, and so did I. And then I was done, so I blocked him. Like I don't know what you want me to do. Like I felt like this was healthy. Like was that not the right decision? This one guy, I kind of did that too. I mean, well, I didn't block him, but I guess he didn't like how I wasn't trying to be like all up in his face. And it's unfortunate because he's a DJ too, and what great DJ, would love to work with him. But he ended up like sending me this long ass text message one day, and I'm just like, bro, like, what you mean? Like why are you sending me a long text? We just hunched one time. Yeah. Like, why are you sending me this long text message? And I just had to, I was low-key being a pillow princess, okay? Like, I wouldn't even, like, I was like, I'm not finna put no energy into this. Like, I just was there for a good time and not a long time. And I don't know. I guess they like, and then I realized like men don't like when you do that. But it's like, well, I thought that's all that you wanted too.
They want to be the ones doing it.
Yeah, but it's like we can both do it. Like we can both do it and then walk away. And if we see each other, maybe not speak if we don't feel like it. Like
ego was hurt.
I guess
you bruised it bad.
Oh,
he was like, how dare you?
Well, it's not like you was trying to wife me anyway, so
right.
Why do we have to keep talking?
You can't tell them that because they won't hear it.
You can really tell how emotionally mature and self-aware and emotionally intelligent a man is by how they handle rejection.
Good fucking point.
How do they treat you when you tell them no?
Because some go from 0 to 1,000
real fucking quick.
You're like, well, fuck you, how dare you? It's like,
sir,
all I said was no. I'm sorry.
There's like a million fish in the sea. Like, why do you feel the need to come at me right now?
Because you were chosen, T. You were chosen.
Yeah, he chose you. He wanted to talk to you. You should feel special that he even
be grateful.
Your words in your direction.
Be thankful, T.
I got scrapbook long fucking history of men sending me paragraphs and storybooks like, oh my god, I love you so much.
All these feelings.
Where are the fucking actions?
Yeah, pay a bill. Since you said pay a bill, like I need an oil change. Like, do something because I am a big act of service kind of girl.
Okay, so that's your
I need you to do, and then like I said, my goddad, like, he was very much like, any bill that needs to be paid, oh, I have an issue with this. Like, he just did it. So for me, it's like, yeah, that's what men are supposed to do. They're supposed to do. Like, how will I know you care about me if you're not sacrificing time or money? Or like, like, how am I supposed to know you even like me for real? Like, right. I mean, anyone can just say some shit. Like, so your actions got to match your words.
Actions speak louder than words every time.
Every time. But I need both. Like, because you could also be doing shit. And because, like, that's one thing that's weird about the streets, too. Like, guys who will just like treat you like a girlfriend, and then then they be like, what you mean? We just going with the flow.
Or they just go ghost.
Going with the flow. Or they just go ghost.
They'll tell you everything you want to hear. Yeah. They'll be like, oh yeah, no, I want to like travel here. You know, we should do this together. You should come with me. Say all the right things, do all the right shit, just romance the fuck out of you. And then like 2 days later, you're just like, where'd you go?
Where'd you go?
What happened?
Twin. What have you?
Speaking on that, I have this epic story to tell you.
I'm all ears.
So I met this guy on Hinge, and he made a reservation at the Nice Guy. I was like, great. That's like a caliber restaurant that like I would love to be taken out on. He picks me up at my apartment when I was living in West Hollywood. He was parked like here. I was like walking towards him this way. He backed his entire car up along the street of La Brea until he reached me and opened the door for me from the driver's side. And I was like, oh, this is great. Within the first 30 minutes, like, we hit it off. Like, fireworks were there. He knew I didn't have a car. He opened up his Uber app, started a family plan. He was like, there, babe, you never have to pay for an Uber again. Like, I got you.
What?
Yeah. And he brought me over to his house, and, like, his house was on fucking Selling on Sunset.
Oh, God.
It was crazy. I'm like,
oh, God.
Ain't no way. So this was like, we were seeing each other like 4 times a week. I would sleep over, and I was like, oh, this is my future husband. Like, this is lit. All of a sudden ghosted me.
Sometimes I feel like there's someone that they haven't gotten over that they went back to when they do shit like
that.
That
really be what it is.
I really feel like that's what
he texted her back and she finally took him off block.
Yep.
And so now it's like, oh, well, I don't gotta talk to her no more.
Following month, for the remainder of the month, he was still paying for my Ubers. I fucking
Run it up.
I ran that shit
Okay.
up. I didn't give a fuck.
You better go all around the world and
he never took me off it. And then my mom was like, oh, I'm going to be in Vegas. Can you meet me there? And I missed my bus. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not ordering Uber to Vegas on his expense. Fuck it. If this doesn't end things, because like I'm ready to start dating and I'm not about to try to explain this situation to the next guy I'm dating. That sounds way too complicated.
Yeah.
And I got a phone call, right? And I was like, oh, Casper the Ghost, you're alive. Nice to hear from you. Say, you're not going to fucking Vegas. Too late. Yes, I am. Should at least had the decency to fucking respectfully talk to me.
Oh, he was pissed.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you for your
he tried coming
services.
back into my life recently.
Really?
Oh, ain't no spinning the block.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did apologize. I'm sorry I took an Uber to see my mom in Vegas at your expense. And
Sorry
he's like,
for running up the card.
and he was just like, honestly, like, it's my fault. And I'm like, what happened? And he's like, you were too good to be true, and I got scared and I ran away.
Boo!
Oh my God. The self-sabotage.
I hate
story.
small dick energy.
It's
I
not
literally
you.
can't.
It's me. I'm sorry I wasn't ready.
I want
Tomatoes,
another
tomatoes,
chance.
tomatoes.
But, like, stop wasting
Actually,
people's
potatoes,
time.
potatoes,
Oh, you
potatoes.
tried to ask me on
Go
a
something
date?
harder.
I literally
Tomato.
said, I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how financial well you can take care of me, because I don't feel emotionally safe with you, mentally safe with you,
Exactly.
spiritually safe. We will never work. I would rather be with a broke man who will fucking hear me, see me, and fucking.
Hold on. No, you don't.
Yeah, no.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't. You don't want no broke. No, you
Not
don't.
a broke one.
No, you
not a-
don't.
Maybe even
We-
if you know, but not a broke.
Not broke.
Yeah.
Financially
broke
responsible,
men
sure.
are mean.
Okay.
Broke men are vindictive
Broke
and
men
jealous.
are mean as fuck
You
because
ever
they
dated a
got
broke
their
man?
life
You're right.
together.
You ever dated a broke man for real?
No, you're right.
I've dated a broke
take
man
that back.
before. That was
Let me-
a terrible
one time.
experience.
One time.
One and done.
Okay, a financially stable one.
There we
Yes.
go.
Yeah.
Like he ain't got to be rich.
Yeah.
But just like he taking care of himself.
yeah.
He
Yes.
he doing things.
That I can work with.
Responsible. Yeah.
Yeah,
work with
he
that.
working.
Yeah.
He working on getting promoted. You know, like okay, you're an active citizen.
Because broke men be jealous
And mean. They be so mean.
in competition with you.
Because their worth
Oh,
is
yeah.
in their money and like.
I
if
mean, my last
they-
partner wasn't broke, and he did all of those things.
Well, I mean, it just adds more salt to the already salty
Yeah, it's like you
potatoes,
can't take
feel
me out and you being mean to me. The fuck is going on? I'm not in prison. Like,
I'll never forget when I dated a broke man one time. He got mad at me because I didn't spend my tax return money on buying him a $200 pair of jeans.
Oh my god.
now he wanted your taxes.
He wanted my tax money. He
my
stole
God.
tip money from me because that year I had worked at Coachella and we like made tip money in cash. I came back, I put it in a bag,
That's wild.
put it in a closet, came back just to like check it, take it to the bank, realized some money was missing. I asked him about
Now
it.
he was stealing.
Oh, he stole.
That's wild.
He stole.
Yeah, broke man
Yeah.
is a no for me, dog.
It's a fat no. So don't say that ever again in your life.
Sorry.
Don't do it. And you're a DJ now. Like, they
You're
won't be
right.
able to handle that. They can't even buy you a drink.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
and like even
like-
a DJ aside, you're beautiful.
Right.
So
Pretend that you're not a DJ
they,
for
they
5
gonna be
seconds,
looking
like
around
that.
the corner. That man could take. He got more money than me. He could probably take her. He probably wants her. Like it's
no.
stressful.
The insecurity is going
The
to
insecurities
jump out.
be on 10.
You're going to try to unlock your phone when you sleep.
Yeah.
All kinds of crazy things.
Yeah.
So, back to the streets. So
They ain't safe.
it's not like I will never forget when I was out there for a little bit. I talked to this guy. I think we were talking for maybe 3 weeks or something like that. And he invited me over to have breakfast or whatever. And so he ordered breakfast. We kicking it. So it's on the way. He's like, so we gonna split this, right? I was like,
Oh my god.
I hate that.
What do you? And I looked at him. I'm
That's
like, you're kidding, right?
crazy.
Like, I thought he was. I swear to God, I thought he was joking. I'm like, oh wait, what? Like, huh? He was not joking. He said to me, because at the time I still worked, in corporate life on top of being a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, well, you have a 9 to 5 and you're a DJ, so
Why are you counting my
I was like-
pockets?
Why are men such bitches? Like, they want to act like the chick.
I couldn't believe
That's so
my
crazy.
ears. I got my breakfast burrito and I went home.
Yeah, because if I could have just took myself out to eat.
I didn't have to
Or-
come over here.
Yeah, I could have went with a friend.
Yeah.
Didn't have to.
And it's just the reason. I don't know if I was more mad because he looked at me and asked if we were going to split it, or his reasoning behind why we were going to split it. Because I'm out here busting my ass, pretty much working 2 fucking jobs. That's why we're going to split it. A fucking breakfast fucking burrito.
Yeah, you got to be shitting me right now.
So I'm not. I wish I was kidding.
I take my homegirls on like $500 dinners and like, nah, we're not doing this, sir.
That's what I'm saying. Like, as someone who's
Dear
like,
men, if you're broke, this is not the time to be
Stay in your
dating.
league.
You need to be working on yourself.
Yes.
And figuring out your
Leveling
life.
up.
You're not a woman. Women can get away with being financially like, and because we got the coochie, okay? Damn it. But as a man, if you are broke, you probably mean as hell and not nice. And that's why all the women don't want to deal with you when you broke. Because there are women out there who will date broke men, but they be mean and they still treat you dirty. And they,
crazy.
it's like, if you don't want to date a broke man, it's like, oh, you probably a gold digger. You're this and you're that. It's like, no.
I have standards and I know what it's like to be treated well. And why would I settle for less? Because I have homeboys take me out for fucking $400 dinners and like they never try to fuck me. They are never inappropriate. Like if I need them at 3-4 o'clock in the morning and I'm ugly crying, drowning in tears because a dude hurt me, they are there for me.
Yeah.
Like fuck you and your IHOP date. Fuck you and your coffee date. I don't want it. Come correct.
I just don't understand people sometimes. Like, and again, all of these things are coming from experience. It's not like we're just pulling this shit out of thin air and just like talking out our ass saying, oh, men are this and this and this. No, we're just saying these are the things that happen when these things are at play.
Also, I'm the kind of person to give back. So it's like, if you prove to me and show me your worth, baby boy, you're going to be spoiled as fuck.
Spoiled very much. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm a spoiler girl myself. I love
I'm
spoiling.
in the kitchen.
You just took your man on a fucking yacht for his birthday. Or it's cruise.
Yeah, cruise.
We were definitely just in Mexico.
I'll be in the kitchen cooking gourmet meals and shit.
Yeah,
like,
but see, if you're on social media too long, you'll like people will tell you, no, women don't do this. They only want to do this and not go to Cheesecake Factory. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like on one of the things that we don't.
I know. I remember that. It was funny because like during that time, me and my boyfriend had just went to Cheesecake Factory, and it wasn't like it was just funny because I was like, well, the Cheesecake Factory got a lot of options. Like, you know, it's like a cute little 1-2, like pop in, pop out. Not like on special nights and stuff, but it's just like, we hungry. Okay, like it's a cheesecake close. You want to go? Like, let's just go. Like,
where did that list even come from?
I don't know, but I think that list, how it manifested, is just like women are just sick and tired of being done like shit, and then at the end they feel like they were left with nothing but like heartache and pain. So it's like, okay, you're gonna pay me for my time, you gotta pay to play. That's old school though. That's how like the aunties and my grandmas used to teach me. Like, if he not doing nothing, then what is he around for? Like, even especially if he gonna still be in the streets, like he needs to be, you know, paying bills, like helping out, a lot funding of things, like, you know, and not just, you know, being all in your face, want to waste your time. Like, you know, tomorrow's not promised. So it's like, what is your purpose of being in my life? Like, we both need to be benefiting from this exchange, not just you. Like, I'm not here to serve you. And women are sick of that. So it's like, I feel like a lot of women standards have become just so like high, which I think is great. Like, if that's what your standards are, that's what they are. Like, stand on it. But I think that's a part of the reason, like, even with like the city girl shit and just like all of that, because their biggest thing in interviews used to be like, well, niggas will laugh at you if you give them some pussy for free. So, okay, now you got to pay for it. And then that's when men be like, oh, well, you're a prostitute. Well,
look, everything in this life is transactional. One way
it
or
really
another.
is.
Some
it's
things
energy.
are just more in your face
it's
than
energy.
others. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
And that's okay. So before we wrap this up, I just want to ask both of you one question. You can look at your respective camera. So if you want to give the camera or whoever, the viewers, any advice on dating a female DJ, what would it be?
Any advice?
If they're like trying to pursue a DJ or lady DJ in this industry, what should they know?
Be sure to ask yourself, am I capable of handling when men come up to her and flirt with her, ask for her number, ask for Instagram? Am I secure with myself to trust and know she's going to come home to me after, or at least communicate that she's home or FaceTime me? Like, am I willing to work with that? Like, do I think who she is as a person is solid enough where I can trust and have faith and not live in fear?
I like that.
And also know that, like, as far as like men or women who may be wanting to date, like who is interested in the female DJ, we tired of all the men and even women who want to flirt. We don't want these people. We don't. We actually really want folks to be out of our face, because we have to be around people all the damn time. So it's like, look, just dance and then have a good time. This is not your opportunity. And also, I'm at work. Like, I'm literally working. This is not a place for me to be like necessarily as social. Like, it's work. I'm networking. I'm playing. If I'm not playing, I'm networking, or I'm hosting, making sure people like having a good time, talking to people. It's like, this isn't a space to date. But I think for me, like, just if there's a female DJ you're interested in, like, be supportive, be kind. You want to know how my man bagged me? He wrapped up my cords.
Oh,
that is what did. He wrapped up my cords, and I didn't know. I didn't find out until I had another gig, and I opened up my DJ bag, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, who did this? Like, I was calling friends, and I'm like, did you do this? And then one of my homeboys like, nah, he did that. That was a boy. And I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. And like, you gotta teach me. So yes, that's what did it.
Oh my God.
He wrapped up my cords.
We love it.
And that's look how and it stole my heart.
Because, cord management is important.
It's untangling everything. No, he wrapped them all up nice and neat. And I was just like, cute. Oh my God, who did this? And that, yep, now he hits raw.
Let's go.
Well, my lovely ladies, I would just like to thank y'all both so much for coming on episode 2 of Spin and Spill. If you want to go ahead and let them know where they can find you, the socials, the handles. I mean, I will put them somewhere on the screen as well, but if you want to let them know.
At DJ Lady T, all lowercase.
Nice. And Meka Lolita, Meka Lolita.
All right, well, thank y'all so much for tuning in today, you guys. It's your girl, Nikolé, and y'all have a nice day.
Bye.
Until next time.
Ready,